Pancha Silam Dhammaya Chami Anugahan Gatawa Silam Deta Nebande Tudiyambi Ahambande Tisranena Saha Pancha Silam Dhammaya Chami Anugahan Gatawa Silam Deta Nebande Tudiyambi Ahambande Tisranena Saha Pancha Silam Dhammaya Chami Anugahan Gatawa Silam Deta Nebande Yamawadami Dhammodeta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Buddham Saranam Gacchami Dhammam Saranam Gacchami Sangham Saranam Gacchami Buddham Saranam Gacchami Dhammam Saranam Gacchami Sangham Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Buddham Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Sangham Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Buddham Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Sangham Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Buddham Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Sangham Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Buddham Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami Tudiyambi Sangham Saranam Gacchami Tisarana Kamam Paribonam Panadi Bhada Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Adena Dhamma Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Kamesu Miccācara Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Kamesu Miccācara Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Musavada Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Sura Miraya Majjapamadatthana Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Sura Miraya Majjapamadatthana Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Idame Bunyam Asavakayam Maham Hotu Idame Silam Nibbanasa Pacayo Hotu Tisranena Saha Pancha Silam Dhammam Sarugan Gatawa Vamadena Sambadeta Sadhu Sadhu Today's last day about the introduction to Theravada Buddhism according to Mahāgānāyana Sayarā's book. So about this book we have taught Buddha's story, Buddha's quality, Dhamma Sangha's quality. So after that, Sayadaw explained about the morality, about the precepts. So according to Burmese tradition, before taking precept, have to pay respect Bhikkhu or Venerable by reciting Okasa. So explain about the Okasa. After that, explain about the precepts. So in the other country, the people in the other country, we just recite on one day like that, no have Okasa. So we skip that, and here we can see 5 precepts. Now we have recited 3 refuges, 5 precepts. So for the 3 refuges, we about the Buddha Saranam Gacchami, Dhamma Saranam Gacchami. It is taking 3 refuges. I associate with the Buddha as a refuge. I associate with the Dhamma, or I approach Dhamma, or I know Dhamma as a refuge. In the same way, I know Sangha as a refuge. So about the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, by explaining Buddha Dhamma Sangha's quality, we already know. So approach, associate, and know is I know Buddha Dhamma Sangha is a refuge. Refuge means to create good things, to prevent bad result, something like that. So refuge means a very strong word. Those kind of refuge cannot do any mistakes, must be correct all the time. So it is a refuge. Because of this, Buddha and Dhamma Sangha must be noble person. So about that we have explained. Now we understand already. So 5 precepts like Panadibada, not killing, not stealing, not telling lie, not sexual misconduct, not telling lie, and not drinking any intoxicants. It is 5 precepts. So there are some other precepts. You may not know. 5 precepts is we know. Everybody may know quite common. So after that, what kind of precepts here mentioned is you may not know. For you, it is when you. Next one is 8 precepts. 8 precepts is Disranena Sa Atinga Samanagatam Vosra Sila, a little bit different recitation. So what are 8 precepts? 8 precepts is usually imama 4 days a month in the Ubosita day, like every weeks they practice. So in the some Sutta, like Mahabharata Nibbana Sutta, so instruct to practice 8 days a month. So but in Myanmar usually 4 days a month, once a week they practice 8 precepts. What are 8 precepts? No killing, no stealing, no doing sex, not telling lie, not drinking any intoxicants, not eating after noon. So after that, no dancing, no singing, no playing music, no seeing those things, no wearing flower, using perfumes, powders, degrading body. So no degrading body. After that, no staying higher and luxurious place. Those are 8 precepts. So some are the same. In the 5 precepts, sexual misconduct is 5 precepts is a daily practice. So it is a husband and wife. It is okay. So 8 precepts of your masteries totally cannot do sex. So it is different. So no eating dinner or no eating afternoon. About that afternoon, if you are hungry, you can drink a juice, fruit juice, vegetable juice. Must be liquid, must be fit, just water. Cannot cook. Have to do with the normal water. So also you can eat if you have some situation like a disease, like butter, ghee, oil, honey, and jaggery. Those are things you can eat if you have some kind of to prevent disease or to despair disease. So it is quite balanced. You may not be hungry. So fruit juice, fruit and vegetable juice. If you are hungry, you can drink. So if you have some kind of very hungry or disease situation, those butter, oil, honey, jaggery, you can eat. So sometimes we eat oil and honey, mix it together. It will become very, very mixed. So can eat. So why not be hungry? Also may get some energy. Higher and luxurious place, not to stay. Higher is this is called 1 cubit, 1.5. If more than 1.5 cubit, if a bed is more than 1.5 cubit, it is higher place. Something about like that. If so higher, should be lower than this. So luxurious place is something mentioned in a book. Some are like some kind of very strange carpet, very big. So here is more than this height, something about like more than 2 inches. So normally may not use those things. So it is quite okay. So it is a brief explanation about the 8 precepts. Usually good people try to practice 8 precepts 4 times a month. So it is to be good and to be born good destination. Those people are ready to practice because afternoon don't eat, so lesser jobs, have more times. No seeing music, entertainments, or no using perfumes. That is also not necessary for the practitioners. Usually this is worldly enjoyment. So if you want to practice, may not need those things. Not to do is better. So higher luxurious place also, for the practitioner, may not need. So if someone practices these things, something like ready to practice, so we may not need to eat 3 meals, about 2 meals. It is normally enough. So normally it is healthy for the normal people. Body is light. Also you may be able to wake up early. Because not eat dinner may not be able to sleep. So it is one way to get up early. Next one is Kaumara Brahmacharya Sila. Kaumara Brahmacharya Sila. Kaumara Brahmacharya Sila. So it is Kaumara is like a younger one or single one, man's name. If a lady is Kaumari Brahmacharya, Kaumara Brahmacharya. This is also one of the precepts. So like Kema Theri Dubi, Oblavana Theri Dubi, Padachari Theri Dubi, Dhammadena Theri Dubi, Kondala Kesi, Kisa Gorami, Visakha Dubi. In one life they are sisters. They practice these precepts about 20,000 years. 20,000 years. At that time human life is a very long life. Humans are not all the time 100 years. Only this time maybe 100 years, but sometimes go up, sometimes shorter than this. Basically based on people's evil deeds or good deeds. If people are good, so the weather is good, the food is better, nutrition, so can be long life, less disease. If people has a lot of evil deeds, so the weather is not good, so foods are not nutritious, so people are weak, have many disease, so short life. Nowadays we can see people are greedy, so they try to produce food, so sometimes not pure. So people cannot be healthy. In one life we may happen to eat wrong foods many times. So sometimes it may have a serious problem. Sometimes just no energy. So because of this, people sometimes a very long life, sometimes very short. So in those time, 20,000 years they practice. So because they are single, they are not married. So they practice no killing, no stealing, no instead of sexual misconduct, they practice totally like no sex. It is how to say one somewhat. some no sex, they are singles, they practice. So instead of sexual misconduct, Kamesu Mechachara, 5 precepts, instead of putting Kamesu Mechachara, they put Brahmacharya, like that. So those are, one time, Kemateri, Oblawana, Pradachari, Dhammadena, Gondala Kesi, Kisa Godami, Visakha, Dubi. They are sisters. They are princess. They practice. So it is one of morality. Kaumara Brahmacharya or Kaumari Brahmacharya. If someone want to practice Kaumari Brahmacharya Silan Dhammaya Chami, like that, in the place of Kamesu Mechachara, put Brahmacharya, the single one's practice. So it is one of Upasara, one of morality. Next one is Ajiva Mataka Sila. Ajiva Mataka Sila. Ajiva is livelihood. Ataka is eighth. Atamaka, eighth. So livelihood, eighth precepts means the precept which has eighth of livelihood. So this sila is Tisaranina Saha Ajiva Mataka Silan Dhammaya Chami have to do. So what are eight? No killing, Banadi Bada, Arena Dana, no stealing, Kamesu Mechachara, not doing sexual misconduct, Musawara, not telling lie. These four are the same. Number 5, Visunawacha. Visunawacha is slander speech, not to do slander speech. Prusawacha, Viramani Sekabran Samadhi Yami, no abstaining from harsh speech. Rather, Sampabla Viramani Sekabran Samadhi Yami, I undertake training precepts, refraining from useless speech. Mecha Jiva Viramani Sekabran Samadhi Yami, I undertake training precepts, refraining from wrong livelihood. So wrong livelihood is number 8. Because of this 8th precept, which has number 8 of livelihood. So about this precept, Theravada said, this is not in the Pali, not in the commentary about this precept, but the ancient wise people, they practice in this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is from the 5 precepts. 5, 6, 7 is they take from the misconduct, 10 kinds of misconduct. They take from there, like harsh speech, slander speech, useless speech. So that is not from the Bali, from the commentary. Ancient wise people may practice this one. It is called Ajiva Mataka Sila. Ajiva Mataka Sila. So Ajiva Mataka Sila is like 5 precepts. Although 5 precepts is you recite or not recite, if you break, it is agusala. Must practice. In the same way, this precept also actually must practice. If you break agusala, not like 8 precept. For example, 8 precept, not eating dinner, is if you practice, you get merit, kusala, wholesomeness. Although you don't practice, not wholesome, not unwholesome. It is just to get more kusala. Like a bhikkhu said, do dinga. Bhikkhu staying in the forest is no must be. But if you stay, it is better. Something like that. 8 precepts are like that. But 5 precepts, these Ajivamata Sila is not like that, must do. Cannot, although practice or no recite or not recite. If a break, it is akusala, unwholesomeness. Another explanation is whoever want to be good basa must practice 5 precepts. Whoever want to be higher noble person must practice these Ajivamata Sila. So about the Ajivamata Sila, they say in the teaching, Adi Brahmacharya Sila, Adi Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means here mega path, holy practice, path and fruition. Adi is a beginning of path, holy practice. Means if you want to get a mega phala, this is a beginning. You must avoid, you must practice not to kill, not to steal, not to do sexual misconduct, not to do telling lie, not to do harsh speech, slander speech, useless speech, and right livelihood. So it is a beginning practicing of path and fruition knowledge, something like that. Adi Brahmacharya Sila. Adi is a beginning. Brahmacharya is 2 types. Here means Mega Brahmacharya. Mega Brahmacharya. Because of not directly mentioned in the Bhidika, have an argument should practice or not about these precepts. But some Ajiva, right livelihood is even in the Eightfold Noble Path. There is. Because of this, it is should practice. In Visuddhimagga or other commentary also have such a kind of right livelihood. Because of this, this is surely can practice. Should practice. So another saying is, if someone refraining from above 7, so already right livelihood. When you say right livelihood as a 8th, so how to say do be confirmed to make sure. And so it is one saying. Another saying is, although you practice above 7, so still have some wrong livelihood. Some sutta mentioned like sattva nature. So trading weapons. It is also one of a wrong livelihood. So in the world, some people may do trading weapons, but Buddha's disciple should not do. So next one is sattva nature, trading human. Like in the past, like a slave, selling slaves, selling something prostitute. So Buddhist or Buddha's disciple should not do. Next one is mansawa nature, trading animals for the meat. So for walking will be okay for the meat, because for sometimes in Myanmar until now they are using cows or buffaloes for their plantation. For the planting, they plow with the cows. So the people in the foreign country, cow can work in this way or not, they suspect. But Myanmar farmers also may ask you, machine can work or not? Machine can work or not? So some people may do trading for the working. Maybe those are okay. So, but they cannot do trading for the meat. So next one is Visawamija, trading the poison. So it is also one of the problem. In our young time, because I'm a villager, we know how to plant. Young time, farmers are not using those poison or to kill, to kill insects or virus for the plantation. Not using. So after sometimes they start to use. So later, nowadays, so people want to eat organic. Now people have a problem. So according to Buddha's teaching, cannot do trading poison. So may harm beings, later human beings also. So those are wrong livelihood. So not to trade weapons, not to trade human beings, not to trade animals for the meat, not to another one is not to sell, not to trade alcohol or intoxicants, not to trade poison. So it is around livelihoods. So about the right livelihood, so there are two ways according to Buddhism or according to Sutta. So sometimes doing a wrong livelihood in the beginning, later because of understanding in Dharma, no more doing, but still have a properties already. So according to Sutta, it is still have a wrong livelihood because you have done. But according to Vidama, no more. So Vidama is very practical, although you have done in the past, now you start no more doing. So according to Vidama, it become right livelihood. So for the Sayadaw suggests, according to Sutta, although it is a wrong livelihood, at least you should be right livelihood according to Vidama. So at least Sayadaw said. Normally for the lay people, if you change, okay, no need to relinquish previous things. But for the bhikkhus, different. A bhikkhu must relinquish the old properties. For example, you may get this monastery in wrong ways. If so, you need to relinquish. Without doing relinquishment, you cannot practice, may not improve. But for the lay people, no have such instructions. Can use, can practice. It may not disturb for the practice. So, Sayadaw here say, although you donate something, gaining from wrong livelihood. So may have some benefit, only not much, not much benefit only. May have some benefit. But if we gain properties righteously, if we offer, we can get much benefits. So about that wrong livelihood, bhikkhu and Livelihood different. Bhikkhu need to relinquish. Livelihood no need to relinquish. Just a change. Just a change. So sometimes some people ask us, do you accept such a kind of properties gaining from wrong livelihood? So we cannot check how you get. People offer as a we should not check how do you get, righteously or wrong. So it is no problem. Only we can check ourselves. We may not persuade to donate. Only our action, right or wrong, we will check. But we will not check a donor how you get. And that is not our case. Only we will consider our actions right or wrong. So we will not consider devotees how you gain these properties. So also no need to check whatever way you gain. It is not received as a responsibility. It is your responsibility. But we have to check our actions. So to have a right livelihood. So it is Ajiva Mataka Sila, another kind of Sila. Next one is Navanga Ubosita. 8 factors, 9 precepts. Means 9 precepts. Ambande Disranina Saha Navanga Samanagatam Ubosita Sila. Instead of Atanga Samanagatam, Navanga Samanagatam. 9 precepts. So 9 precepts is more than 8. The one is a shallow right. It is a bit different among bandits, but only Bali sentence is different. Meanings are quite the same. Like Yata Balamita Sahagadena Chedasa Sava Windam Lokam Praidwa Viharami. I will stay spreading the whole world with the Metta mind accordingly. I will stay spreading the world with loving kindness mind accordingly. So 8 precepts plus Metta mind. So it is coming in from Ingodra Pali. Ingodra, 9 factors, Ingodra Pali. But a kind of metta is not like a precepts. Precepts is normally controlling verbally or bodily. Just in mind is not precepts. It is like a meditation. Metta is a kind of meditation. So precepts are like that. Although you want to kill or not kill, that is not related to precept. Precepts are bodily killing you should not do. Verbally killing you should not say others to kill. Just in mind you kill or not kill. It is not breaking precepts. So precepts control body and bodily action and verbal action, not control mental action. So to control mental actions, it is a meditation, not sila, it is a samadhi. So, because of this, metta mind is not precepts, not sila, the nature of sila. It is just a meditation. So, but people in the past, a precept together with the metta mind will be very beneficial. By thinking that they put loving kindness into the precepts, so become Novinga Ubosita. So actually, all the time to have a loving kindness in mind is not so easy, because of mind, sometimes we see someone we hate, already anger may break. So because of this metta mind to keep all the time, it is not possible, because the mind is changing very easy. So if you want to practice this precept, just practice a precept, but trying to stay with the metta most of the time, because of this Sayadaw put yatha bala, accordingly. But not everyone they recite the same thing, a little bit different. Some metta sagatina cetasa, and we stay with the metta mind, spreading the world, like that. So normally this is a precept, just trying to stay with the metta as much as you can. So it is coming from Ingottara Pali. So it is 9 precepts. So next one is 10 precepts. Bande Tisaranina Saha Dasa Gahata Sila Dhammaya Jami Dasa Gahata Sila. Gahata Sila is a label best sila, like that. So what they put? A precept they do become 9, because of Nicca, Gita, Wadita, Visuka, Dasana, 1. Malakanda, Vilapana is 1. So they divide it into 2. Actually 8. 1 divided into 2 become 9. So because of nature, dancing, singing, playing music, and singing, those things, that is one of a group. Another is wearing flower, using perfume, like adorning body. It is 1, because a bit different nature. 2 groups. One group is related to music. The other groups are related to body, adorning, beautifying. And so one make it into 2. So Ojasena, higher and luxurious, the same. The last one is Jada Rupara Jada Bhadekana Viramni Sekavran Samariyami. I undertake training in precept, refraining from holding gold and silver, like that. Gold, silver money. So it is adding. So if us practice these 10 precepts, actually more than 8 precepts, only 1, adding only 1. 1 is divided into 2. Can say 9, but here can say 10. Maybe as a traditional possibility is a traditional. So, if not hold, especially jewels, gold, silver, money, those things, any precious jewelries, you cannot hold. So, about that, according to Lady Sayadaw's decision, there are 5 things to consider. One is not accepting money, accepting. Also cannot encourage others to accept. Cannot accept their own self, cannot encourage others to accept. Because of this, if a donor say, I want to donate money, so Bhikkhu cannot say, to Pasakabhiya, cannot say like that. So have to reject. We cannot, we don't accept. So if they use, I want to donate a requisite, if so, can say, Pasakabhiya, because of saying requisite. This is saying is a usage of properties. Usage, because of, some are intentions are not law case, it is a Bidama case. Vinaya is more like law. If you use, the donor use a requisite. What is a requisite? Requisite means a property. So if you say property, people may have chance to say, to pass to Kabhiya. But once a donor use money, if so, need to reject. We cannot accept like that. So, because of this, as long as use these money or silver or gold, jewelries, even cannot say to pass someone to Kabhiya accept that, cannot say like that. So if they say something, property or items, Bhikkhu may have chance to say. So sometimes we do double safe. We may not say pass to Kabhiya generally, although they use a requisite to make sure. But if we may follow strictly, if people say requisite, that means no money. Some Bhikkhu may say, it is refer to money, and the intention is money. Intention we will not check about the law case. What is a requisite we hear? So I ask, requisite is no money, you check dictionary. So, because sometimes we may say sadhu sadhu, so some Bhikkhu a bit confused. You cannot say, because it is a delighting donation about the money. No, this is a usage, it's a requisite. So, someone say, requisite, in the Pa-Auk society, requisite means money. So, people understand like that. If so, before Pa-Auk, this word is suitable. After Pa-Auk, this rule is not suitable. If it may not be Buddha's teaching, Buddha's teaching should not be like that. So sometimes they say intention. Intention we don't know. What is their mind? Also no need to know. We are just hear the sound, may decide according to what. It is because of law. So sometimes they say, if so you ask, what is the requisite? So I no need now requisite. I will not ask. When I need, I must tell Kabhiya, I need to have a rose. Other time he will donate a rose. So why I will ask what is the requisite? So I am clear requisite is a property. So because of this, although they use a requisite, it is not money as a meaning, it is items and properties. If so, we may able to say to pass to Kabhiya. But normally we were trying to avoid to save, to be clear for everybody. But sometimes we cannot avoid, because sometimes are not related properties are not our properties. Maybe someone may donate to the other Bande or the other monastery. You may use a requisite. Can I pass it to Kabhiya? So because it is allowable. If our own property we can reject, no problem. Sometimes it is not own property. So we have to follow strictly. So we may say, yeah, you can pass because of using requisite. So means cannot accept money by own self, and cannot encourage others to accept. Another one is Upaniketa Sadhayana. So devotee may keep nearby. So we should not delight, should not be happy in mind. So if possible, to reject. If not possible, just I'm not accept. Just keep it. So if Kabbiya take himself, if say properly, it is possible to accept. But devotee keep in mind happy. If so, it is not suitable. So next one is Dopi Charana, arranging improperly. Arranging improperly is Kabbiya hold money rightly, but go to the shop to get something, for example, to get a flower. So Bhikkhu cannot say, please buy this. Cannot say, but you can say, I like this flower. I need this flower. Can say, but cannot use buy, sell. This is usage, not proper for the bhikkhus. It is wrong managing. So although go together with the devotee may invite whatever one they need, please tell me. So may see in the shop many things. Cannot say buy this and sell this or something like that. But can say Kabbiya Grohi, please do properly. I need this flower. I like this flower. Can say Kabbiya may do. Also cannot bargain. Can ask a price. How much? Please know the price. Kabbiya may tell price. If so, it is can ask, because it is not selling, not asking to buy, just want to know price. It is okay. So about that, if we happen to say, please buy this, if a Kabbiya buy, for that a bhikkhu cannot use anymore. But about that, other bhikkhu can use. Because a bhikkhu not hold the money, just happen to say wrongly, wrong arrangement, wrong saying. So that bhikkhu cannot use. Cannot use. So bhikkhu cannot say selling, buying, and changing. Changing also cannot do. Among bhikkhu we can change. Bhikkhu and Samanera can change. We can say, you get this one, we will change. Bhikkhu and Samanera can. Even with the mother, father we can give. Also we can take mother's, father's property. But cannot change. Mother, you are things and mine things, and please change. If so, it is not suitable. So, but we can say to Kabbiya, for example, I have this book, but I don't need this book. I need cups. So please Kabbiya, or can say like Kabbiya go to the shop, maybe sell books, buying the cups. It is okay. But a bhikkhu cannot say, please change this books and cup. Cannot say, sell this book, buy this cup. It is a cannot say. But I can say, I have robes, but I need balls to the kappiya, no, not the shop owner. So at least can use shop owner's son and daughter as a kappiya. But the shop owner cannot say directly. So because he's the owner, son and daughter as a law, they are not owner. They are middle person, can be middle person. Even our own kappiya is better. So it is a wrong arranging about the money. If you want to practice about this precept, you cannot accept money, you cannot encourage other people to accept, you cannot delight keeping nearby. So you cannot arrange like buying and selling. So next one is cannot touch even others' property, money, jewel. Bhikkhu also cannot touch. Whoever practices this precept cannot touch jewels, although others' property or your property. Just touching cannot do. So 5 things: cannot accept, cannot encourage to accept, cannot delight about the keeping nearby, cannot arrange wrongly, like selling and buying, cannot touch. So 5 things to consider about this precept. So it is called 10 precepts. So with the delighted mind, Sarah say, cannot touch with the delighted mind, but without mindfulness, happen to touch, it is no problem. No. So, according to Sarah's decision, sometimes money someone pass, you need to sign because you got. About the sign, he said no, may not be problem. But after signing, you cannot accept money, you cannot encourage someone to accept money. Just a sign is Sarah's, according to Sarah's saying, so signing no problem, just a sign. After signing, not to hold that money, not to encourage kappiya to accept money, it is cannot do. So this is Sarah's decision about that. In this book, saying like that, I have read another bhikkhu's rule, for the bhikkhu's rule. So he said the same decision may not be problem, but also please ask other good practitioners. Because this book is more like for the lay people in the bhikkhu's Vunya rule, about this rule. Share the same decision, but a little bit. Please also ask other teachers who practice well. So, because it is related to money, some are ordained by keeping money into the bank. So they will need to sign. According to Mahakana Sayadawa's suggestion, seem to be okay. For the lay people here, directly say no, may not be problem about this. Because the lay people, although you wrong, not much problem. Because you no need to relinquish previous wrong livelihood. For the bhikkhu, a bit serious. If, for example, by doing so, if you have built a monastery, if it is wrong, later you need to relinquish. Lay people is you can avoid a very close But a bhikkhu, if a bhikkhu is something wrong, you need to relinquish all. Maybe it is because of this, lay people are trying to avoid very closely near the fault. But for the bhikkhus, need to make sure. Need to make it sure. So the same idea, only a little bit like not sure. So some about this precept, for the lay people should practice or not. Some are only bhikkhu who wear this kind of robes only should practice. Lay people should not practice. Have some argument. But there is Sarah have right about the Dakinya definition in the Sanghas quality. They are kings or princess. They passing someone to manage the whole vasa. They practice together. So have this story. This story. Because of this, lay people also can practice. Before practicing, you pass. No need to relinquish totally. Just to manage a family case. Just you go to meditation center, practice 10 precepts. You can do that. No need to relinquish. Just not to hold or not to manage. But you still can say what I need. Although you cannot say buy and sell. Buy and sell. Yeah. Surely it is very good not to do buy and sell. Because buy and sell is sometimes a big problem. So, because to associate with workers, sometimes I am very, gratitude or thanks to the Buddha. Although we do a lot of jobs, we don't associate with the workers directly. If we have to associate with the workers directly, and so may not be, bhikkhu may not be suitable. So just we say Kapiya, what I want to do. So Kapiya associated with the workers. So bhikkhu is not directly associated with the workers. It is actually very good. So very no need to quarreling anything. So it is maybe Kapiya may need to quarrel. So Buddha's teaching. So workers are also not associated directly with the bhikkhu. So they are also free to associate with the Kapiya. So it is a very good rule to practice. So it is 10 precepts. So now we have heard of 5 precepts, 8 precepts, Kaumara Brahmacharya Sila, and Ajiva Mataka Sila, 9 precepts, 10 precepts, different kinds of precepts here mentioned. So our brother Sarah mentioned 10 kinds of misconduct, 10 kinds of good conduct, also result of killing, result of stealing, but we will not have time to speak. So we should stop about that. So we can say quite much we finish. only something interesting things, result of killing, result of stealing. Most of you may have read already, but it is also good to hear, because once we hear, result of killing is like a short life, weak, may not complete body limbs. So once we hear, we may fear. If we fear, we have energy to avoid. So hearing those things occasionally is good. Good. So anyway, now nearly almost all we have finished about this book. Yeah. So if we have chance later, something interesting we may teach. Now we should stop. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. If there is a question, you can ask.
In the Cetasika, there's one factor called the right livelihood. So how does that relate to as a mental factor, right livelihood? Because Cetasika is a nama, right? So livelihood related to the work you do, or is it this reform? How does it relate to a bhikkhu or lay people? Is it more towards, I just want to understand in terms of the reality, the right livelihood, this factor.
Right livelihood is when it arises within us, we're not trying to avoid. For example, some fishermen catching fish for the livelihood. So if we're trying to avoid, I will not catch this fish because of something. Maybe today I practice 8 precepts. Maybe fish is coming, and so maybe big or like that. I cannot take because the day I practice. If so, that factor is arise within him. So even this is a Vidama. Vidama is not considered lay people or bhikkhus. Whoever have this kind of situation, I will not do like that. So at that time arise, this factor is arising in mind. Such a kind of mind is called the right livelihood. Now we also non-wholesome mind, non-giving in Dhamma talk or something like that. So listening in Dhamma talk, but not that factor, not related to right or wrong livelihood.
It's different from the Noble Eightfold Path, right livelihood.
The same thing. The same thing.
Okay. That kind of
it may not arise every time. Only whenever you trying to avoid, you need to do something, telling lie or killing related to livelihood. Whenever you think, I will not do, at that time arise. No other time arising.
So this one, when come to meditation, any help? Because meditation, we talk about 38 mental factors, right? Like 38 wholesome mental factors.
37 maybe enlightenment factors. 37 enlightenment factors. 37 enlightenment factors is not included. That ones, it is another. Eightfold Noble Path. No. Eight Noble Path. Eight paths. How do you say?
Noble Eightfold Path.
noble effort, but the right livelihood. Yeah. So not all the time, because you occasionally arise in mind. Yeah, it's a well spot for the meditation. Because if someone do wrongly, meditating in time may regret. Although you have done long times ago, you may think back. If someone don't do those wrong livelihood, their mind normally clear. Normally clear. For example, if someone do wrong livelihood, selling alcohol or weapons, or killing animals, occasionally their mind not happy. Even in Orient, they go into a bit shameful. Normally, like that, their mind is normally not stable.
Okay, another question. Curious to know about Buddha has this Venerable Adanda as a attendant. So, as a bhikkhu, they have right to appoint attendant, or what's the different role of attendant? They attend to the Buddha for Ananda. So, maybe you can help us to, because you relate between the bhikkhus with attendant, or what's the difference with attendant?
Attendant is normally rule is strictly. I don't know. Normally, for example, if we like preceptors as a teacher, so disciples may do attendance. Disciples before Ananda also have for the someone. Because the Buddha is like a teacher, every disciples can be attendants.
It's chosen by him, right?
Yeah, that is to be permanent attendants. Actually, like many bhikkhus, occasionally do attendance. So after old age, only Buddha want to be like permanent attendants. So this is also maybe because of some, but the Buddha only may know benefits. For example, Ananda, everything the Buddha teach, he trying to memorize. That is a very beneficial things. Also, maybe able to manage for the Buddha, to communicate with the people. Because many people like Ananda, so something he can manage very well. So actually, the Buddha has because all bhikkhus are his disciples. All bhikkhus can be attendants. So even disciples' rules. So, for example, money in the past must have water for the teacher to wash face. Must have toothbrush or toothpaste must be ready. If disciples. But to be teacher have an age, but there must be 10 vasa. Before 10 vasa, cannot be teacher. 10 vasa must declare about the rules. If so, can be teacher. If he can be teacher, he can ordain, or he can teach. If so, disciple need to do those kind of jobs. So many like very similar attendant bhikkhus. Everything care the teachers. So only when disciple sick, teacher like the same like attendant. If normal time, disciple is attendant. But when disciple sick, teacher is attendant. Everything like you need to do like a disciples. It is a different. It is a different.
Of course, Bhante got Nanda got super memory. He can remember all the suttas. I think he's. There must be some connection. He was chosen.
Also, he also like before doing permanent attendant, he asked for them. How to say not to give him for the negative, for the positive. For the negative means so the Buddha not to give him any robes and food special. If the Buddha agree, I will do attendant like that. So or like the Buddha not to bring him to go to hospital, something together, something like that. If agree that he will be permanent attendant. So some like a four he reject. Four there is for example, if the Buddha whenever people ask to meet Buddha, he must have a chance to ask Buddha or something. Whenever he has a doubt about the Dharma, must give him to ask questions. Whenever the Buddha teach Dharma, not in front of him, need to teach again him. If something like that, if the Buddha agree those four things, I will be permanent attendant. Something for them positive, for them negative. Some I cannot remember. Something like that. So if the Buddha teach, not in front of him, so the Buddha need to teach again him. So he will memorize.
Is it Buddha also think that he will attain the full enlightenment after his passing away? Or because I understand that he's still noble, he still is not attained the full enlightenment. He only attained full enlightenment after passing away, right? He's still a stream enterer.
Normally, because attendant is normally his wish. Because long time ago he wished his desire, actually very strong desire he has, want to do attendant bhikkhu. So actually original desire. So those people are normally love Buddha, want to care Buddha, may not practice very much. So Sotapanna is enough. If Arahanta normally usually no desire, any desire, they are not attached much.
Like the chief disciple, chief disciple Mangalana is normally talk about him, but not about Bhante Ananda.
So after the Buddha passed away only, he has a fully enlightenment. I think if the Buddha is alive, if he is Arahanta, not so sure will care such much. About like night times, Bhante Ananda go around Buddha's dwelling place about 6 or 9 times what the Buddha need.
Very dedicated.
Very much effort.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bhante, if we take 5 precepts or 8 precepts, if you break any one of the precepts, the whole of 5 or 8 precepts will be broken. We have to retake, right? So,
if you undertake together is like Bencha Silang Samari Yami. If you say, if you break one, break all. If you say Banadi Bada Uramni Sekabran Samari Yami 1, Arinadana Uramni Sekabran Samari Yami 1, if so, if you break one, only one break. The others are okay. Because you are taking one by one.
We normally take one by one. Right?
Yeah, normally take one by one. If so, if you break one, you only break one like that. Yeah.
But usually, if we break one, you already take the whole 5 precepts or 8 precepts.
Yeah, may take, but as a law or decision in the book, like that. So decisions and laws are sometimes based on, because you say, Vinchasilan Samariyami, I do not take 5 precepts. So if so, you break one, or this is saying or break. Or you say, Banari Badavuram Sekabran Samariyami, that's one sentence to finish. If you break that, only this is sentence to break.
That is why I have a question of the 9 precept, the Nawanga. Because the last one is, Bante said the metta, spreading the metta is very easily break. So I'm wondering if I take Nawanga, so I always break my 9 precept.
So 9 precept is no, cannot be, because of this is Siaro, to make sure Yatha Bala, Siaro put accordingly. So accordingly is like as much as I can only.
So add the Yatha Bala better.
But that's related to mind, not related to verbal and bodily action.
One more thing I would like to confirm is that we understand that when we take now we take the 5 precepts at the center. It is our, because I read the Lady Sadon's book. He's talking about the lifetime precept or something like that. How? Nicha Silang. So now what we take at the center is a Nicha Silang, right? So if we break the 8 precepts, our 5 precepts will come back to us. Is that something like that?
5 precepts is although you cannot break anyone, cannot break.
Because usually suddenly you will say something wrong.
Taking it again is many ways. Yesterday you decide, I will not do next time. I have done wrong things. I will not do next time. It is also taking. In front of Buddha also taking. In front of Bandi also taking.
How about ourselves? We say, I say it's wrongly, so I should not
just
say.
Just you decide next time I will not do. I happen to do wrong or something like that.
So nature silang meaning what is the difference between nature silang and
nature silang is because normally we take 5 precepts. Only who take 5 precepts need to follow this rule. Seem to be like that. Actually not like that. Although you take or not take, anyone cannot break, cannot do killing, cannot do killing, cannot do stealing. Although it is actually anyone, although you know precepts or not know precepts, if do killing already commit evil things. So not like 8 precepts.
Lady Sado is talking about the livelihood one, livelihood 8 precept. He say we should take it as a nicha silang.
Yes, livelihood also must, because this is also surely 5 precepts, 10 misconduct, mix it together, something like that. 10 misconduct. But 10 misconduct, some are related to mind. It is may not put into the precepts.
Thank you, Bante. Bhante, for the 8 precept, right? Take 8 precept. Why meal we cannot take it after midday? For the meal or cereal? Thank you.
Milk.
Milk, yes.
It is. We have to, according to those rules, Buddha's teaching, we have to go. So, like. Only along like a juice, fruit, vegetable juice, it is allowed. So something like the rice, or the nature rice, like a corn, so cannot do any juice. Even some fruits, if similar to the nature rice, cannot do juice. So only allow the juice, vegetable and fruit juice. It is as a juice allowed. So juice is just being hungry. Also can take. For the medicine case, for the disease also can take. So another allowable thing is medicine. Medicine is just being hungry, cannot take. Situation must be like to prevent the disease or to remove disease. It is only mentioned like sabbi is butter. No one need they translate ghee. So a kind of maybe milk product cooking, maybe some level of cooking. So sabbi no one need done. Dela is wine. Madhu is honey. Fanida is jaggery. So these 5 only as a medicine can be used. So juice case and medicine case. This is for the bhikkhus only 7 days. Something totally no use for the food, like this kind of leaves. It is allowable for the medicine. Also can cook. Have to eat for the prevention or for the removing of disease. So milk not in the allowable things. It is related to food. Related to the food. Only allowable things is use sabbi or nawanita, like that. Sabbi they translate butter. Nawanita maybe they translate ghee. We also know clear anyway. Cooking milk, some level. Maybe firstly maybe sabbi. Later if you cook more, become nawanita. Also possible. Usually.
When they ask meditation question, when after I practice the white kasina, right, then the mind become bright and then all like very white also. Then after that, what should I do one day?
Actually, you need to do some discussion, regular discussion by coming center. To practice. So skeleton you see as a white like that. A white object may appear. If it is bright and quite stable, you should try to spread little by little. Or want to be bigger. That's a mind mate. created by mind. So if you want to spread, it will spread. If a bit shaky, you stay there. If stable, you try to be spread. So later, it may spread the whole universe as much as you can. So above, below, or any directions, or white. So you can pay attention that object. So if deeply going into that object, so it is will be fast jhana. You will maintain 1 hour, 2 hours, or more, also possible. Your minds, if deeply going, and like you still pay attention as a white, but if concentration is deep, like more bright, white is something perception. White you may think as a white, also bright. So it will go into fast jhana. So you may practice to go too quickly and to make it longer according to your wish. So within a few minutes go into that. So after that need to do checking jhana factors. After that you can go second jhana. So second jhana is at least you need to read, know and seeing. Also come and discuss how to go to second jhana. Yeah, firstly you need to do that. Some may try to keep in front, small one, after spreading. It is also possible. Most of people like spread the whole universe on their established concentration. It is they like it is more meaningful because a kasina is the meaning of kasina is the whole or all. So the mind is spreading all, the object is spreading all. So can do in this way.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay.
Bhante, can I ask again? For the last week topic, right, about the Sangha qualities. Is it alright if every night that we reflect or thinking about Sangha quality, because we are lay people, right? Before we going to sleep, then we remember the Sangha quality. Is it okay for that? Thank you.
It is okay. It is okay. Buddha's quality, Dhamma, Sangha's quality, benefits we have said about that. Yeah, in the Brahma chanting also, the Buddha encourage who stay in the forest or in a secluded place, when fear arises, so can reflect those qualities, so may be able to remove. So whenever you have feel not safe, reduce faith, thinking as a danger, you can reflect those qualities. Can maybe able to remove danger or feel safe. Can get a lot of kusala, can produce a joyful feeling. It will support for the practice. Yeah, can do that. Can do that.
Thank you very much, Bhante, to give us this course. We actually promised that if anyone who attend the course for more than 75% will issue a certificate, but we have not done so, but we will prepare and then contact you. Yeah, sorry about that. And we would like to actually thanks Bhante for giving us the precious Dharma. We invite and we hope, request Bhante should come back as soon as possible to continue with the course. A lot of interesting things behind here. Just like Bhante mentioned. Okay, we would like to actually represent the center to make offering, or after that you all can actually do the offering also.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Livelihood, Nirvana, Sabbathyohadu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, we would like to, sorry, we did not prepare for the list. Maybe you all just follow, just think that we are actually now, we would like to chant the Okasa, which means we will ask, we would like to share merits with Bhante, and then ask forgiveness from Bhante if we have done anything wrong by body, speech and mind. Anyone want to start? Okay. Okasa Vandami Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sukhi hodu. Sadhu, sadhu, numodami. Dami numoditabam. Kamami kamitabam. Sadhu, sadhu, sukhi hodu, nirvana sabbathyohadu. Okay, we will do sharing merit. Sharing. So we have listened many Dhamma talks, giving many Dhamma talks. In the Buddha time, King of Deva asked Buddha, whenever your disciples are giving in Dhamma talk, please encourage share merit with him. So the Buddha also encouraged the bhikkhus to share merit after giving in Dhamma talk. So we will share merit with all beings, including King of Deva. Etawata cha amehi Sambadam punya sambadam Sabe deva Sambati Siddhiya Idavata Cha Ammehi Sambadam Punya Sambadam Sabe Deva Numodantu Sava Sambati Siddhiya Idame Nyadina Hotu Sukhida Hundu Nyadayo Idame Nyadina Hotu Sukhida Hundu Nyadayo Idame Punyam Asawakayam Vaham Hotu Idame Punyam Nivanasa Pachayo Hotu Mama Punya Bhagam Sava Sadanam Pajemi Tesabe Mesamam Punya Bhagam